I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Yesterday, I was going to buy the tea that I drink, ginger and honey tea. And I noticed that the Christmas trees in several places, today is 3rd of January, Christmas trees in several places, some of them are withering, some of the lights are off, and some will be thrown away within a few days. But the palm tree is still there, flourishing from season to season. And the Bible says the righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. Say, all men are like grass. The grass and the flowers like the glory of the grass. The grass withers and the flowers fall to the ground. In 1987, the United Nations, under the Brundtland's Commission, defined sustainability as the ability to meet present needs without preventing future generations from having the ability to meet their needs. I have been studying humanity over the years. There are several people I knew in those days who had money. Money, glamour, glory, friends, excitement, and all kinds of stuff. Some of them were my age bracket. Some of them were children of very rich men. But today, they are withered. I know people who worked in oil companies. While they were working in oil companies, their compounds were filled with all kinds of cars. Their children were gallivanting as if the world belonged to them. Onusakponome. Who can say this world is mine? Onungmakpokpo. Who can carry this life when he's departing, when he's dying, carry the life away? If Yakpona create that wealth has been on earth for so long, you are not the first. Gallivanting. Then I see young men, once they make a little money, they acquire big cars. You see them in ceremonies throwing money. But in a little while, they have withered. They are gone. You see politicians, when they are in office, they are all over the place. Once they leave office, they become rubbish, nothing. I told somebody that you can become former governor, you can become former minister, former head of state. I can never become former Dr. Apoki. I am still Dr. Apoki. In those days, I used to tell people that political office has expiring date, but my anointing has no expiring date. And so I don't give a damn. Now, the way you are living now, is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? When the era of private jets came, oh, nearly every pastor was buying. Many of them are grounded. Grounded. I saw big cathedrals in Europe. There are no persons in them. I've also been to big churches with big compounds. A lot of the facilities are decaying. But most painfully is your personal life. I had a friend somewhere in the East. He was working in an oil company, and the glamour, glitz and glamour was enormous. Next thing, he went to marry another wife, a Calabar wife. That one had children. He had one, and his your wife. That one had children. We were living in the East. You see him then, He lived as if he was swimming on money. Then he retired and the salary reduced. If you see him today, he's jumping bike. I was jumping bike when he was driving big cars. I was trekking when he was driving big cars, but I was building my life gradually, gradually. Today, I suspect that these New Year celebrations, he couldn't buy what the family will eat. Couldn't buy what the family will eat. Those children that were gallivanting, they are not sending nothing home. Even if they send, they will send to their mother. Simple question. Are you a Christmas tree or you are a palm tree? The palm tree grows organically from inside. That thing in Igbo land is called Omo. In Yoruba land is called Ome. When you want to carry a coffin, you go to a young palm tree and remove that foliage that is coming out, the Omu. You remove it and then you tie it in front of the coffin. You have killed a palm tree to signify that this person is dead. A palm tree died, which is a representation of a righteous man, died because that palm tree will wither once you remove the center. And then if there is a dispute over land in our area, we tie that palm, that center of the palm, you uproot it, then you tie it across that land. No person dares step in. It shows that death is here. But the righteous man flourishes like a palm tree. You can dig through a palm tree, it won't die, it won't wither. Insects, snakes, lizards can climb a palm tree, it doesn't wither. You can tap palm wine from a palm tree, it's still there, doesn't wither. The wind will blow. Recently in Kyoto, there was Mayotte, there was a hurricane or cyclone. The palms will make like this. They will come back. They will make like this. They will come back. The roots are fibrous. They hold it to the ground. The whole of this length of the palm trees, fiber, strength. Build your life with fiber, multiple streams of income, multiple avenues of productivity. The leaves of the palm tree, not only are they long, they are striped to trap photosynthesis, to generate productivity, diversified streams of income. Inside one business, you have multiple businesses inside. Like in our school, we have a printing press, we have a transport unit, we have a bookshop, we have a canteen, we sell several things inside the school. In this house, we have several things that give us money. We are setting them up. We are trekking. We are living the simple life. While my friend in Aba was flamboyant, the one working in the oil company, he has retired. Those cars, I don't see them. In those days, the generator will be on throughout the night. I will use my own for some time. I will off it until I bought solar panels and installed solar energy. Now, sometimes there is no electricity in his house. He can't sustain it. Can you sustain this drug consumption? Can you sustain this narcology? This woman, this woman, this woman, this man, this man. Can you sustain the oshofrine? A woman a woman's face was shown on Arise TV. She had bleached when she was young. Now the bleaching, the thing is multicolored, black. Arise TV didn't show it full color again. They showed it black and white. She couldn't sustain the bleaching. The body couldn't sustain the bleaching. Young girl, you are bleaching your body all over the place. Can your kidneys carry it? Can your kidneys carry the hydroquinone that you are putting into your system? Or the mercury? I know somebody eats in those days. He will open 5 Alive fruit juice. He will open malt. I better make we eat. Don't suffer poverty too much. Today, he is broke. He is broke. He is nowhere. I know young men I preached with. If they want to come to preach where we were preaching in those days, where they invite us for the conference, they will come with airport taxi, charter taxi. It's comfort. Me, I will enter bus. I'll reach the park. I'll enter bike. When I reach somewhere, I'll come down and carry my load so that they won't know I came with bike. Oh, they'll come and help me carry them into the church and then use a vehicle to take me to the hotel. I had cars at home, but I couldn't afford to buy the fuel as cheap as it was then, come and preach, and then if there is any problem on the way, I will run into crisis. I went to preach in Umuahia. One wicked pastor said because I didn't raise money, he gave me, I can't remember, I think he gave me 9,000 naira, and I spent 13,000 naira on the vehicle. The vehicle didn't get home. It stopped in Kayama. So I made up my mind I don't carry my cars to preach. You either, come and carry me, or I come with public transport. And the monies I was saving, I used them to build, to set up businesses that could yield money to help me sustain. Can you sustain this lifestyle? The lifestyle you are introducing your children to, can you sustain it? I knew a young man in those days. He said he does not travel by road. The father would tell me that he does not travel by road, that he likes to take flight. He is no longer able to afford flight. He enters public transport now. Can you sustain it? I see young pastors preaching. Can you sustain it into 70? Can you sustain it? You want to hold 5 services. Only you will want to preach in the 5 services. Can you sustain it into old age? So always think of sustainability. Then ask yourself, what I am doing now, is it going to prevent my children from being able to meet their own needs and my grandchildren from being able to meet their own needs in their own generation? So when I was still running from place to place to preach, they were inviting me a lot, just as they are inviting me now. But nowadays, I hand some of these things over to my younger ones because I can't handle everything. It's not sustainable. When they gave me money, honorarium, for the first 2 years, I didn't collect. The next, they said it was pride. So I collected and gave to those who were following me until I realized that a worker is worthy of his wage. So when I had money in my hand, I will always tell myself, this money, or I was told by my spirit, this money belongs to your children's children. Put things down that your children's children can benefit from. If my grandchildren in Europe decide to come to Africa, they will enjoy here. They have enough to keep them busy and comfortable, even more than Europe. if not for insecurity, dirty environment, and crazy people around. If not, the residences they will stay is bigger than where they stay in Europe. Some children came here to visit, they didn't want to go again. So I have thought beyond myself. Madam, the demand you are placing on your husband, is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? Place unnecessary demands on him, and he's not putting anything down for the future. Then when he's old, you abandon him with the children. You and the children will leave him alone to suffer. Okay, is it sustainable? What the way you are living is it sustainable? The way young men are in nightclubs, is it lounges? Boom, 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 boom. That's it. Is it sustainable? Go and ask Charlie Boy. Is it sustainable? It's not. It is not. It's not sustainable. So always think of sustainability. Flourish like the palm tree. The palm tree grows gradually. It doesn't grow like maize. Maize will just flourish. It doesn't grow like okra. Okra will just flourish. After some time, it is gone. The palm tree endures. So are you a Christmas tree? Christmas tree, sudden growth. You just bring it, palm, no roots. Christmas trees don't have roots, no foundation, no experience, no investment, no network. Christmas tree will just come, propped up. Many of you are propped up by where you are working, propped up by the rich man you are associating with, propped up by the old man you are marrying. If it deletes, what happens to you? Is it sustainable? Propped up by your father, propped up by politics. And then the Christmas tree, they will put lights, connect to electricity to make light. The palm tree is there in the dark. Then the day break, you will notice it. But Christmas tree, glamour. But after Christmas, switch it off. Particularly where people pay electric bills. Switch it off. Disconnect it. If it's a plastic one, they'll carry it to one room. Because when people still see your Christmas tree in February, March, they'll wonder whether you're crazy. Are you a Christmas tree? If it is the one that is cut, the coniferous one, after some time it will wither. The leaves will become brownish. Are you a Christmas tree? Or you are a palm tree? The choice is yours. This year, start to prepare to produce eternal income, living money, eternal money. Don't go for dead money and non-living money. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. The choice is yours. On the 10th and on the 11th, we'll have a webinar, hitting the ground running financially in 2025. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. God bless you. Always ask yourself this question. Am I living like a Christmas tree or am I living like a palm tree? God bless you.